Saturday night, it's a middleweight bout between Derek Brunson and former UFC Welterweight Championship challenger Darren Till. UFC Fight Night 191. Let's break it down. Darren Till is 28 years old. He's 6 foot tall with a 74.5-inch reach and a record of 18-3 with 10 knockouts. From Liverpool, England, Till had a troubled childhood, constantly getting into fights and getting kicked out of his house as a teenager. He took up Muay Thai at 12 years old and dropped out of school at 14 to pursue a career in it. In 2012, Till was stabbed and nearly killed while attending a party, and his coach suggested that he move to Brazil to train under an old colleague of his. After a brief, undefeated amateur career, Till turned pro in 2013 with a unanimous decision, and after winning 11 more fights with 10 stoppages, he made his UFC debut with a second-round knockout of Wendell de Oliveira. 5 months later, he drew with Nicolas Daley in a brutal back-and-forth fight, and then suffering a major shoulder injury coupled with personal issues, which kept him out of competition for nearly 2 years. He returned in 2017 with a unanimous decision over Jessin Ayari. He defeated Bojan Velickovic, and the following month headlined his first event, knocking out Donald Cerrone with a flurry of punches at the end of the first round. 7 months later, he took on Stephan Wonderboy Thompson, forfeiting 30% of his purse due to missing weight, and then winning unanimous decision despite 22 of 25 media outlets scoring it in favor of Thompson. On September 8, 2018, Till challenged Tyron Woodley for the welterweight title, getting dropped, and then submitted via Darce choke in round 2. He came back 6 months later, taking on Jorge Masvidal in London, coming out aggressively and dropping Gamebred 11 seconds into the fight before getting steadily outclassed and knocked out in the second round with a brutal left cross. After taking 8 months off, he returned in November 2019 with a split decision over Kelvin Gastelum, and then on July 26, 2020, he took on former interim middleweight champion Robert Whittaker, losing via unanimous decision. A fan favorite for his aggressive stand-up style, Till has exceptional Muay Thai skills and is an excellent counterpuncher with an underrated takedown defense, whose career has unfortunately been hampered by constant injuries suffered in training, followed by long periods of inactivity, as well as a myriad of personal issues. Derek Brunson's 37 years old. He's 6'1" with a 77-inch reach and a record of 22-7 with 12 knockouts and 3 submissions. From Wilmington, North Carolina, Brunson received scholarships in both cheerleading and wrestling to the University of South Carolina, where he became a 3-time Division II All-American and started training in MMA shortly after graduation. He turned pro in 2010 and won his first 6 fights by first-round stoppage. They made his Strikeforce debut the following year, winning his first 3, then dropping 2 in a row, including a 41-second knockout loss to Jacare Souza. He debuted in the UFC with a decision over Chris Lieben, but then lost by TKO to Yoel Romero in an all-action fight of the night winner. After going on a 5-fight winning streak, which included a knockout of Uriah Hall, he made a significant step up in competition and started to become a main event fighter with mixed results, including unanimous decision losses to Anderson Silva and Israel Adesanya, as well as knockout losses to Robert Whittaker, Jacare Souza, and knockout victories over Lyoto Machida and Dan Kelly. In 2019, he began an impressive winning streak, which saw him defeat contenders Elias Theodoro and Ian Heinisch by decision, followed by a spectacular third-round knockout of the highly touted Edmund Shabazian. On March 20th, 2021, Brunson continued his comeback with a dominant 5-round decision over top prospect Kevin Holland, controlling the fight in the stand-up and wrestling and taking down the Trailblazer 6 times. Will Till be able to get back into the win column with his impressive counter-striking and aggressive style? Or will Brunson be able to work his way back into title contention and get a rematch with old rival Israel Adesanya with his world-class wrestling skills? Tune in to UFC Fight Night, Brunson versus Till, and let's find out.